Hey, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Hideous Thoughts here, and in today's video we're going over the patch notes for last night's update. It has been a minute, guys, since I dropped my last video. It's been a couple of weeks actually. Been taking a little bit of a step back from making videos. Been focusing a lot on streaming. We've been on stream every single day. So in today's video, guys, we got a lot to get through. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be breaking this video down into like 2 or 3 different parts. There's like the patch notes are massive, so I don't want to put it all into one video, including the events and including the Pearl Shop updates. So it's going to be broken down into a few videos, so that you guys are going to be able to see exactly what's what and just make things a little bit easier, and nicer for you guys. Not easier for me, more work for me, but better for you guys. So that's totally fine. Guys, don't forget, if you like this video or you learn something from these videos, hit the thumbs up button, guys. And hey, if you guys want to see me live streaming, don't forget to head on over to twitch.tv/hideousthoughts and come follow me over there. Appreciate you guys. Let's get into the video. Alright guys, so here we go now. We got this notice we just need to get through really quickly, and basically what it was for anyone who was playing yesterday, the central market actually went down for a little while. You guys will be aware of that if you were online at the time. Basically what happened was they took some things off the market. Like if you guys had items up for sale, they actually returned them to your storage. So it says right here, it says, as previously announced, Season Plus will begin in 2 weeks, and a content update that will provide a guaranteed upgrade path to obtain pen boss gear will be released in the Season Plus graduation. Since this upcoming upgrade content will require materials that involve boss gear, we've returned any boss gear that was listed for sale in the central market to their respective owner's central market warehouse. Basically, guys, they're just kind of looking out for you because they know that they've just said here that the upgrade is going to require boss gear to do it. So just pretty much looking out for you guys, just to return all those items to your storages, to your central market storages, so that you guys don't sell all this gear and then realize, oh wait, actually I need it. So there you go, guys. So that's basically what's happened. All right, we can get rid of that one. Let's move on to the patch notes now. There is a couple of major things that have come into the game. Now, the first thing is summer season has finished, guys. So the summer season comes to an end on the maintenance that happened. All summer season characters that have not yet graduated are going to be converted into normal characters. So if you haven't finished season graduation, or you haven't finished season, that character is now a normal character. Okay, so adventurers who weren't able to complete the graduation quest will find Fugar's letter of encouragement and a gift box full of memories in their mail. Alright, so there you go. You guys can still get something from that. Manos gear, guys. We do have Manos gear in the game. Now, we're going to go into that in a little while. But Manos gear is now in, right? So we got some content changes as well, guys. Basically, what they've done is they've added in a function that allows you to now repair cooking and alchemy utensils. So it's the advanced and the supreme alchemy and cooking utensils. You guys can now repair them. You can repair the durability of cooking utensils and alchemy tools installed in your residence by selecting the repair function from the interaction ring. You must have the appropriate repair tools in your inventory to repair the durability of cooking tools and alchemy tools. The entire durability can be repaired using one tool. Alright, so they've added 4 types of repair tools appropriate for each installment that you can set up within your residence. You can hand over 1 cooking utensil or alchemy tool with max durability to an NPC in Major Towns and Velia. The exchange tool, and exchange the tool for 1 repair kit. So these items can be stacked, placed into your storage, and moved with storage mage and butlers, so you guys are aware. So you've got here the supreme cooking repair tool and the one for the advanced tool. And you can exchange with the NPCs in the major cities of Velia below for a supreme cooking utensil, right? So that's that. Alright, that's those 4 items. So if you've got here an advanced cooking utensil, you can go and you can exchange it for the advanced cooking repair tool with these NPCs right here. Previously, the residence was crowded with a variety of cooking utensils and alchemy tools, but with the addition of the ability to repair cooking utensils and alchemy tools, you can now install just one rather than setting up multiple tools. We hope this opens up options for adventurers who enjoy cooking alchemy and decorating their residences. Okay, so they've added a filter on the barter information window that distinguishes trade information by level. So you can, by setting the filter to all barters, you can filter items in order by level as it was default prior to the update. The filter that distinguishes the trade information by levels are as follows. So you've got these ones here, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. That's how it was. A filter function has been added to the barter information that allows you to sort the list according to the number of barter goods that can be obtained through bartering. So that's pretty cool. You can do it by the number of barter goods. So if you only want like to do like a minimum of 2 or 3 barters or something like that, you could do that as well. That's really nice. Added a button that sorts trade routes based by the distance closest to your current location on the barter information window. That's really nice as well, really good quality of life here. The function can be used together with the level quantity filter, which is really cool. Added a function which allows you to instantly sell trade goods and items through any warehouse. Items can be instantly sold through a storage as follows. Items that can be sold for silver, items that are not pearl items, and gear that is not enhanced. So you can sell them now through your storages straight away. So you could put trash loot into your storages, for example, and sell it from your storage. That's pretty nice quality of life right there. A function that allows you to instantly sell junk items stacked in your warehouse without having to go to a shop was added. Previously, you had to go to a shop NPC after loading your items on your mount or moving them to your inventory. Now it'll be more convenient since you won't have to go through this whole process. Not only can you use this function to sell your junk items, but you can instantly sell your sea trade goods. The best function for adventurers who enjoy bartering may actually be one where you can instantly sell your trade goods from your ship. However, this function may take a while to develop. It may not be the best, but I hope this newly added function will be at least a little meaningful to those of you who enjoy bartering. So it sounds like that's not in yet, but it's something that they're working on. So being able to sell trade goods directly from your ship, which is really nice. But guys, being able to sell certain things from your storages is pretty good quality of life as well. Improve resurrecting in Red Battlefield to automatically resurrect the character in the resurrection area of Red Battlefield. Added different alerts for the one-to-one chat with friends. Okay, you can use this feature to set individual message alerts for each friend on your list. That's okay, I guess. Added a quest to exchange the accessory obtained from the Old Moon Guild's trade offer quest for a different accessory. Once you've completed a new choice quest, you can accept the following a new choice quest 2 from Jatina. So the quest name in new choice 2, hand over a tech grade accessory. So you can exchange those, which I don't really get because they'd already done this with the tet and the pen. Maybe now you can do it twice. You could already exchange the pen and the tet accessories. So I'm guessing that you could probably now exchange it twice. You must have the relevant accessory enhanced to tet or pen to proceed with the completed quest. So we already knew all that, guys. So before a new choice, after a new choice 1. So it looks like you might be able to do it twice now. If you're one of these people that can't make up your mind and you don't know what accessory you want, there you go. Change portions of the quest dialogue. All good. That's all basic stuff. Improve the quest. Valencia Clean Revenge to no longer require ancient coins. Ancient coins have been removed from the... I don't know if they've been removed from the game. I think they've been removed from the game. Node and Conquest Wars, guys. Okay, let's get into this. So they simplified the annex-related items that are used in Node and Conquest Wars into one item. You can build all annexes, including hawatches and flame towers, with the Annex Construction tool. When you use this item, a new window opens where you can select an annex and choose what you want to build from the window. An annex suitable for your current level will automatically be displayed in the new UI. You can purchase an annex construction tool from the Guild Military Supply Shop with 1 million silver used from the Guild funds. Due to this, all annex related items in different tiers that were sold at the Guild Military Shop have been removed. When you construct your desired annex, the used annex construction tool disappears. This item does not stack in your inventory. All right. Maximum durability of Castlegate and Calpheon has increased from 130% to 165%. For all of you guys who do all this sort of stuff, this is important for you to know. Improved issues where movement and actions could appear unnatural. Okay, so that's just like basic stuff, guys, like just changing message displays and things. Reduce the DP of Conquest War Flimsy Wooden Fence by 40%. Increase the damage dealt by a character to the Flimsy Wooden Fence as well. Change the appearance of your maid butler to be invisible in the following circumstances. Right, so Node and Conquest Wars now, your maids and that will be invisible. When a loading screen is displayed when using a guild skill, such as resurrecting at a Node Conquest War or Command Together in the server, where a Node Conquest War was in progress. So again, like your maids and stuff are going to be invisible during these circumstances. Moving on to character changes now. The ghillie suits have been changed so that now, before it would appear like this, where there'd be nothing above the ghillie suit. Now you're going to see Unknown Adventurer above in white. If you are a red player, that means you've got negative karma. This is now going to be in red. So that's the only difference to the ghillie suits. Is now it says Unknown Adventurer in white. So it doesn't really like stand out too much when it's in white. And people did, this is a massive there's a massive issue about this, a lot of people having issues with all this sort of stuff, because now, before, instead of having nothing, it now says Unknown Adventurer. I mean, guys, people can still find out who you are. If you're trying to hide your name, people can still find out who you are. All you got to do is pop a flare next to that person, and it's going to show their name, their guild, all that sort of stuff. For anyone who didn't want that information out, too bad. Guys, if you see somebody with a thing and you want to know who they are, pop a flare next to them. It's going to show their name and their guild. So there you go. But that's all I was going to say now is Unknown Adventurer. Guys, you can also, if you bought one of these suits and you're not happy with these changes, you can exchange these for Cronstones if you bought one before this update. Anyone who buys one after this update won't be able to exchange them for Cronstones, obviously, because you know what you're buying. But there is the option there to exchange for Cronstones or melt for Cronstones if you're not happy with this change. Okay, and you already have one. So there you go, guys. So this is the amount of Cronstones that you can exchange them for example. So 420 for the tree ant and 420 for the desert camouflage one. Alright, guys. So there you go. The tree ant camouflage 4-piece effect and the desert camouflage 3-piece effect will show the Unknown Adventurer. So yeah, we already know that. That's all good. Fix the issue where the character did not naturally transition when using emergency escapes, interacting together, or other actions when suddenly changing weapons while moving. This fix was applied to the following classes. So all of these classes right here, and that has been applied to. Fix the issue where the character could not use emergency escape, interact together. I've had this issue before, guys, where I've been trying to use emergency escape and I'm pushing the buttons and I'm pushing, and it just would not work. So maybe that's like an issue where it just wasn't kind of natural, or it wasn't working really that great. But I have noticed that issue where I've tried to use emergency escape and it just would not work, and I'm like mashing the freaking buttons trying to get it to work. Maybe this is now going to fix it. Fix the issue where the character could not use emergency escape while moving forward in combat stance. So this fix was applied to these classes right here. Alright, so we've got some character changes right here. It doesn't really look too much. Right? Let's go over this right now. Okay, so what do we got here? Berserker, Storming Beast. Fix the issue where the sound effect of the skill would sound different when the skill was used in a combo during another skill. Musa, Chase. Fix the issue where the skill Carver would activate first when inputting the command. These commands right here. Witches, Meteor Shower, Prime Meteor Shower, Aerial Focus. Change the skills to activate automatically after a set time when used on a mount. Which fix the issue where the skill would not activate when R2 RT was pressed in certain situations. Lan, fix an issue where certain parts of the Lan, Desert Camouflage, Tree and Camouflage main weapon and some weapons could not be dyed. Mystic, fix the issue where she would stop moving for a moment when using backward evasion due to not having enough stamina to perform certain skills. Prime Roaring Tiger, fix the issue where she would stop moving for a moment using the skill to consume 30 Martial Spirit Shards, then comboing into another Martial Spirit Shard consuming skill. Alright, Nova. Fix the issue where the minions summoned from the following skills could not deal damage to annexes in Node Conquest Wars. Guards summoned with the skill Past Dawn, and Axion summoned with skill Prime King of the Dead. Okay, so Sage, let's take a look. Fix the issue where the minions summoned from the... Wait, what? Okay. Right. Realm of Anguish, Arcanon summoned with the skill Radiant Annihilation, Arcanon summoned with the skill Lightning Bolt, and Arcanon summoned with the skill Aftershock. So that's been changed so that they can now do damage to Node Conquest Wars. To be honest, guys, I didn't even know that Sage had minions that he could summon. There you go. Apologies. I'm sorry for my ignorance. Alright, moving on to Corsair. Labao on deck changed the damage reduction rate effect applied to Corsair when she is in danger when Labao appears to the following. The effect that was applied with the bodily rejection effect was changed to the first into the fray effect. Some of these confuse me the way that they're written. The effect that was applied with the bodily rejection effect was changed to the first into the fray effect. Changed the duration to 10 minutes. Either my brain's not working or that shit's super confusing. Therefore, the effect of the skill Labao on deck was changed to be now stackable with the effects of Protected Area and Alien's Blessing. Labao on deck changed the skill so that the damage reduction and HP recovery of the skill apply quicker. Fix the issue where the Scallywags summoned from the following skills could not deal damage to annexes in No Conquest Wars. Fix the issue where the additional damage from the Cannoneer duo were not applied to annexes during Nodes and Conquest Wars. Improved the Acton, Captain, and Scallywag trio to be able to carry up to 5 Scallywags. And Prime Ocean's Allure changed the last slash motion of the skill to appear more natural. So guys, it's pretty much just like basic things, just fixing like minor bugs and stuff where things weren't doing damage or skills weren't working properly, things like that. Alright, so some UI changes, guys. We've got improved the skill window by enabling the search function to find the following skills in the grab category. So remember, guys, when you go into your skill window and you've got the filter there where you can filter skills by certain different attributes, you now have a grab category. Added a category where you can check the list of items in the registration queue in the central market. In the registration queue, we'll show items that are currently on the 15-minute cooldown upon registration. You'll also be able to see and value the items listed in the category. See the time and the value of the items listed in this category by pressing the item in the list will take you to the page where you can bid for the item. So the items displayed in the category will be items worth 20 billion silver or more, or specific items listed below. These items have a 15-minute cooldown upon registration. So basically, guys, it's just like a quick access where you can see all these super valuable items. And if there's an item there that you want, you can just click on it and it will take you to that specific window and you can purchase or bid on that particular item, right? For example. So there you go. That's for all of these items right here. And also you've got black distortion earrings and ethereal earrings in that list as well, by the looks of things. Okay, change the error message. So let's just take a look, right? So this is just like fixing things. A message will now display when a boat has been completed. So it's just kind of like UI, like information, changing things, fixing like times and stuff. Item changes. Now this is where things get interesting with the item changes. All right. So pay attention, guys. So the characters in Black Desert all use different resources, from the fighting spirit of warriors to the divine powers of Valkyrie. Each character had their own unique characteristics and resources required for skills. With this in mind, potion items that restore these resources were separated accordingly. Although natural in concept, new adventurers struggled to intuitively grasp the concept due to variety. With this in mind, and to make things more accessible, all MP, SP, WB recovery items have been reorganized, and rolled into one item. When rolling the items together, we use the highest current cooldown and usage effect, and due to this, we have also made improvement to the Odor Spirit Essence as well. Meanwhile, to improve the progression of the infinite HP potion, Ornate Spirit Essence has been improved, allowing lower grade potions to be crafted when you only have one or two of the required components. These lower grade potions have lower effects, so if you wish to get the most out of your healing item, then you'll need to get the rest of the materials required. However, we did not apply the step change to Ordo's Spirit Essence because of the effects of smaller potions can be highly impactful for the certain classes that do not require as many resources to perform. So that kind of makes sense. In addition, with the difficulty in obtaining the 2 items, we are adding a name graving to the potions, as well as the tag ancient being added to the pre-existing infinite pots that are in the game. For those who have spent a long time already trying to collect and create them, but are yet to collect the final pieces, there is still a chance to obtain the special title, name engraving, and the ancient tag if you complete the Odor Spirit Essence and the Odor Spirit Essence, Ornate Spirit Essence and the Odor Spirit Essence before October 27th. Please note that this will only count for those who finished the infinite pots the old way without the use of the new items. Okay, so taking a look at this, guys, before you've got MP, WP, SP plus 325. That's what it would give you. Now it's been increased to 375 as it counts for all classes, and the values have changed for the because like the WP, SP amounts recovery for the other items were higher. So now it's been increased to 375. Okay. Combining the WP, MP, and SP recovery potions into a single item, so you don't need any of the other ones. You no longer be able to purchase the other ones from the vendors or the marketplace. So there you go. So all of those ones have probably been removed from the game. And there we go. Change the text. So yep, that's fine. Change the text in the description for Magic Crystal of Infinity MP recovery to recovery MP. Change the cooldown for a herbal juice from 6 seconds to 5 seconds, and change the refined herbal juice to now recover MP, WP, SP plus 375 instead of the 325 previous. Change the cooldown for WP, SP recovery potions and instant MP recovery potions from 6 seconds to 5 seconds, and the recovery of extra large potions from 325 to 375. Change the sale price of the WP, SP potions listed on the shop so they can be sold at the same price that they were purchased at. Okay, so there we go. The extra large, it says it right there. Before it said MP 375, now it says MP, WP, SP 375. So you guys all know. Now they've added new items, guys, you can obtain when defeating monsters in each region. Now this is all to do with like the Pitty system revolving the infinite potion pieces. Okay, so they've added these items. Forest Rons is the Tranquil Tinny. I haven't said these words before, so if I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, that's why. Tranquil Tiniolum, Bloodwolf Settlement, Bloodwolf's Oath. We've got the Sherikans now have Dragon's Fang. Shira Ruins have the Ketzvariak Venom. Mansion Forest have the Narc's Solace. Okay, the way that this is going to work, guys, is... Actually, let's get into that in just a second. When defeating Afuarus that appeared in aforementioned areas, you can obtain the respective loot of that area according to a certain probability. Added loot that you can be obtained from tanning after defeating some monsters in the following areas. So Advanced Step now drops Valtara's Memory. Okay, you can obtain this item at a certain probability when defeating Afuarus that appear in Advanced Step. So there you go. So Valtara's Memory now drops from Afuarus. Well, potentially. The Merendor of Grana will give you the following items that can only be used by a great adventure of possession of 100 items obtained in monster zones. So you need to show Merendor 100 items. And then basically what she's going to do, guys, is she's going to give you an item. So for example, right, these are the items up here, same ones, right? All you got to do is grind in those certain areas. So mansions, you're going to grind, you're going to get 100 Narc's Solace, for example. You can exchange that for the Narc's Tier. Then what you would do is you would get the Narc's Tier and you'd use Simple Alchemy. So you go to her, you would show her that the Narc's Solace times 100, she'll give you a Narc's Tier. Then you're going to use Simple Alchemy, combine them together. That's going to give you the Narc's Crimson Tier, which is one of the items needed to make that potion. So they do the same thing for the Ron's piece, the same thing for the Bloodwolves piece, the same thing for the Sherikans piece, the same thing for the Tashira Ruins and Advanced Step. And there you go. So this is basically what it looks like, right? So here we go. We've got the Dragon's Fang times 100 And then you've got your Dragon's War. Your Simple Alchemy gives you the Shere Khan's Panacea, for example. You do the same thing with the Ash Half Moon and the Ron's piece. And then what you do is you put in the other ones that you get by... So the Gaiax Courage Stone, you exchange 30 Gamma Scales to get that. And 300 Peridot Leaves will give you the Musical Spirit Sound Stone. You combine all those into a plus shape, and that's how you get the Infinite HP Potion, which gives you 275 HP recovery straight away. All right. There you go. Now, what you can also do, guys, is now that there's like a stepping stone, right? So this is the normal way. So like take out these hundreds, and that would be how you would get the infinite potion. You would get the Shere Khan's piece. You would just all this right here, very rare drops, and you would put it together. So now you have this system where you can collect these over time. And that's an easier way to get the infinite HP potion. But guys, there's a stepping stone process now as well, right? So let's say that you've got your 100 Dragon's Fang, for example, and you get the Shere Khan Panacea, right, for example. Or you just are grinding and that piece drops. You get that Shere Khan's Panacea, and you combine that with Everlasting Water. And you can now get the Blessed Spirit Essence, which gives you 125 HP recovery. Then what you can do is you can get the next piece, and so if you've used the Shere Khans, for example, you need one of these two. You would combine that, and you would combine that with the Blessed Spirit Essence, and that gives you the next level up, which gives you 200 HP recovery. And then you do the same thing here with the last piece that you haven't used, for example, like the Rons, and plus your other things that you exchange, and then that gives you the full version of Ornate Spirit Essence, which is the 275 HP recovery. Now, this process up here is exactly the same for the MP, except the MP doesn't have this stepping stone process because, like they said before, some classes benefit or don't really need a lot of MP recovery, MP, WP, SP. So having like a smaller version of this could be enough to like literally cater for some of the classes, which would then like make people not really need to go for the full version. So that's why there isn't one. So guys, you just do that same process. You would get your Odor Spirit Essence right there. Okay, so a lot of this stuff we can kind of just skip through. You can grab the Everlasting Water from Mirandor of Grana, so that we already know how to do all that. Now, some of these things have like different names, guys, so don't really try to get too confused with this. Basically, you've got like this one here, like the Blessed, which you would do like through this process right here, for example. If you were to do like the stepping system, right? And then you've got the Ancient one, and the Ancient one would be like one that's dropped from a monster. Like that's basically all this is. So a lot of this stuff, like with all these different names, it's really just like depending on how you acquire the items. So we can kind of just skip through this. So it says right here, the items you obtain from defeating monsters will have the Ancient tag. Materials or spirit essences with the Ancient tag can only be crafted via items with the Ancient tag, and in this case you can obtain the spirit essence with the Ancient tag. For instance, when crafting an Ancient Blessed Spirit Essence by combining an Ancient Shere Khan's piece with the Everlasting Water, you can then also use Ancient Ron's Tintinabellum to craft it, right? So you can't use the non-ancient one to craft it, so you need to make sure you've got all of the ancient ones. For instance, when crafting Ancient Blessed Spirit Essence by combining an Ancient Shere Khan's Panacea with Everlasting Water, then you can use the Ancient Ron's piece to craft it. However, you cannot use a non-ancient one to craft the Ancient Blessed Spirit Essence, guys. So they've changed the names as well, right? So before, now they all have the Ancient on there. So guys, it's like they've made the system kind of easier but more confusing at the same time with all these different names and stuff like that, right? So try to like wrap your head around it a little bit. It's not really like too big of a process, right? So they've added a quest here. You can get the Dornish Petal and the Duckwish Petal. It can be picked up once per family from the NPC Mirandor of Grana. An adventurer has the Ornate Spirit Essence crafted from an ancient crafting material before October 27th maintenance. You can grab the Dornish Petal, and the same deal for the Odors. You get the Duckwish Petal. The petal items can be used with processing to brand your family name into the Ornates or the Odor Spirit Essence, in addition to changing their names. The following function will be added depending on each of the processing methods, including heating and simple alchemy when processing each petal. So for example, If you've got the normal one, you would use the Powder of Flame, and you would heat Powder of Flame, and that's going to put your family name branded into the item. And if you've got the ancient one, you could use the Powder of Time with Simple Alchemy, and that'll put your family name in there. And the same dealio with the Odor's one as well, guys. So there you go. So that's basically what it would look like at the end, for example, right? Restored by your adventurer name there or something. Your family name would be up there, so you guys can see that. All right, so this is just like added like different titles and stuff, guys. I don't really need to go through all of this sort of stuff. Just different titles and quests and stuff that all in relation to Merendora and the infinite potion pieces, or infinite potions. Now they've changed some of the items in Balanos, Serendia, Calpheon, Medaya. And this is going to be interesting for you guys. Okay, so Baragi Den. So Calpheon, guys, all these regions right here. Medaya, remove the following items from the loot tables of the above monster zones. So all of these monster zones right here, we've now lost. You don't get the Lure's Lost Helmet anymore. All the Lure's gear's gone. All the ancient coins are gone. Some of the all the trade items, all that crap, guys, that you always got in your inventory, it's all gone. You're also not going to be dropping melted iron shards or any more ancient magic crystals of abundance, all that sort of stuff. Okay, you can still get these items, but you're not going to drop them in monster zones anymore. Now they've changed the boss ones as well. Not the boss, sorry, the weapons. So instead of now getting an inventory full of random ass weapons and armors, you're now going to get boxes, right? And these boxes are going to be stackable in your inventory. Okay, so it says right here, just so you guys are aware, the Bears, Uria, Kriya, Seleth, and Callus main weapons of all classes total of 85 item types, right? So you can get like the Bears main weapon box, the Uria main weapon box, the Kriya main weapon box. So you can get a box for each of those items. Right, so then let's say you drop 2 Bears main weapon box. Well, then it will be those 2 weapon boxes will stack. So instead of now having an inventory full of all these different weapons and it just fills up your inventory, now you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes that can stack in your inventory. And then what you can do is you can then open that box on a particular character, and the box will open up. So let's say you use a Sork, you open up the Bear's main weapon box, and it'll give you a Bear's amulet, for example, right? So there you go. That's how that works now. Okay, so this is basically just to like clear up inventories and stuff like that, so that you guys. Oh, there's also a crystal box, which is really cool as well. I like that. I like having the crystal box in there, and an accessory one as well for all of those really like just trash accessories. So you can get all that. So guys, that's really good quality of life one. You can obtain one for the following crystals when you open a faintly magic crystal. So you're gonna obtain randomly one of these crystals, right? So you're just going to get the box now, and then when you open it, you're just going to get crystals. So there you go. That's how that works. What they've done as well is they've removed from the Medaya, Valencia regions, or all of these regions, I'm guessing, right? They've now removed all of the enhanced green gear that you get, which is like, I understand it, right? But then people are like, well, where's my Blackstones, right? Now what you're going to drop is you're going to drop these weapon and armor stone bundles. So when you get one of these, you're going to be able to open it, and you're going to randomly obtain anywhere from 25 to 50 weapon stones or armor stones, which is awesome, guys. So now you can drop these bundles. That's really good. Changed obtainable trade items from destroying objects to a gold bar. So all of the trade items that you got, you now get a 1G gold bar, which is really nice as well. Okay, we felt that there were too many lootable items from the Calpheon Medaya territories. These items, which were also not always immediately necessary when you obtain them, would only serve as an inconvenience as they took up precious inventory space. To address this matter, we went about organizing the types of loot that dropped in these regions. Guys, trash loot. Valencia region has been increased majorly, guys. So for any of you guys who are not aware of this, this is massive, right? Look at, like, for example, Kadri Ruins is now gone from 2,000 trash loot to 15,000 trash loot. Centaurs has gone from 3,000 to 21,900. That's crazy. Sulfur Mine, guys, 18,000. Just to put this into perspective for you, Secrea Abyssal Zone is 18,000. That's like a 280 AP zone. It's the same trash loot as Sulfur Mine. Miramok Ruins Trees has 18,000, 18 or 17 or 18,000 trash loot, right? Like, this is huge, guys. To put this into perspective for you, Centaurs is now like, I mean, Centaurs is spread out, so Centaurs is a little bit harder to grind, but this is huge. So Valencia region's now going to be probably the busiest area of the map. I know that the other areas still drop the high value items like the distos, and they drop like Secrea, you've got the Tungred rings, for example. Kortuga, you've got Elcars that drop there. I know that they still drop these high value items, right? But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see where the shift in busy areas ends up now. The amount of vendor items dropped from using item collection, scrolls, or Agris Fever are as follows. So the item collection will increase, will give you ×1. Item collection increase scroll, the advanced one, the yellow one, give you ×2. Agris Fever ×2. But guys, don't forget, I believe this is capped at 3, right? So what you're going to be using is, if you are using Agris, don't use a yellow scroll. It's a waste. You only want to be using a normal blue loot scroll. Okay, it's capped at 3, so don't waste an advanced item collection scroll if you're using Agris Fever. Okay, if you're not using Agris, go and use a yellow grade loot scroll. So there you go. So then you can get that. Change the item drop for certain vendor items from Warragon next to Bassi Den. Decrease the drop rates of scroll written in ancient language and Caphras stones when defeating normal monsters. Increase the drop rates of scroll written in ancient language and Caphras stones when defeating rare monsters, those denoted with a star on the minimap. Okay, so the elites. So the elites now have a higher chance to drop scroll of ancient language, but the normal monsters have a decreased chance. We've improved the vendor items that drop from Valencia monsters by introducing new versions of these items. When setting forth their seasonal adventure, Valencia's has been a testing ground for many adventurers to witness their growth with the Tuvala gear equipment, and yet the types of vendor items that dropped with these regions were rather unbalanced. Thus, we adjusted the value of vendor items that drop from defeating monsters in the above regions. For the sake of new adventurers who may not have item collection increase scrolls readily available, we made sure that the basic vendor items have a 100% guaranteed drop rate, which is the trash loot, guys. Due to the value change of Kadri tokens, the recipe for the restoration of Kadri's Forbidden Book has been modified. This is for the guild crafting, so Kadri token ×30, plus the guild parchment ×1, plus sheep blood ×10, and the powder of darkness ×10. You're still going to need 100 Kadri tokens when crafting the restoration of Kadri's Forbidden Book with the old Kadri token item. You will only be able to craft the restoration of Kadri's Forbidden Book using old Kadri tokens before the October 27th update, so you guys are aware of that. The description for the restoration of Kadri's Forbidden Book has been changed from stating 100 tokens to 30. And guys, this is just like removing text and all this sort of shit, like fixing NPCs and all that sort of stuff, guys. As always, I'll pin this in the description below so that you guys can check this out. If you want to come and have a look at this in more detail, you're more than welcome to. All right, so there you go. This is like, it's just not really like worth our time reading each and every single one of those. Monster zones change the location of one of the shadow of Garhaz so that it no longer interferes with extracting the essence of Gaza, which is required to proceed with the quest, the Valencia quest in innovating Black Dragon. adjusted the AP and HP levels of the Shadow of Garhars, bandits, elite mobs to be suitable for the recommended AP level. This is always one of the issues. When you're in Valencia questline and you have to go to Garhars, you need to, like, those elites were just like crazy strong. So they've made them easier so they're not so tanky. I mean, it's always a challenge, right? It made things interesting, but I don't know. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about making those elites a little bit weaker? Quest and knowledge changes, guys. So they have added now. You can grab this Lauren's fluffy pet. You can grab as a once-off quest per family, and this is this little cute little bunny right here. Basically, there you go. So to grab that, basically what you need is you need to have completed the Serendia main quest line. Upon completing the quest line, you can obtain the tier 1 pet. You can conveniently check this by opening the quest. Yep, going to the Pets Loyal Companions from the Suggested tab, and then you can proceed with the quest upon the completion of Serendia Crossroads. So there you go. It'll just be in your Suggested quest tab. That's where you grab it from once you've completed those quest lines. Alright, now this stuff here, guys, is basically just like knowledge changes, text changes, all that sort of shit now. But what they have added is a couple of quests that you guys need to do, right? So Karusha, the alchemist in Sangrein Bazaar, buried an alchemy device somewhere deep within Historia Ruins. When the ancient teleporter connects to the Historia Ruins, the light that seeps out from the alchemy device will reveal where it is connected. It is said that adventurers who help Karashu can see the light the device emits from the ancient teleporter. Make sure you have your quest settings to show combat areas, which can be done through the quest window. Basically, guys, before when you went into the desert and you went and looked for a portal to go to Akhman or Historia, they all look pretty much the same. You could tell the difference because the pillars were different, so there was a way to tell the difference, but it was kind of difficult. You needed to know what you're looking for. Now what you can do, once you're level 57 or higher, you can do these quests right here, and that's going to basically allow you to then see a different kind of portal. So this is now what the portal would look like before you did the quest line. And this right here, Historia Ruins teleporter would look like this after you do the quest. So the Historia one will have that like golden kind of ring around it. That's how you're going to be able to tell the difference. Now you do these quests, and you're going to be able to tell the difference with the portals when you're in the desert looking for a way to get into Historia or Akhman, just so that you guys like aren't going to random freaking locations. Like let's say you're trying to go to Historia, you don't want to end up in Akhman, but you couldn't really tell the difference. So it just helps you guys to know what portal you're looking for now. So there you go. Alright, so they've just changed some like quest rewards and stuff here, guys. Nothing really major. I mean, they've added some energy potions as quest rewards through the Balanos and Medaya quest lines, which is kind of cool. They've also changed the whole like beginner Blackstones, for example. So before, when you completed Figar's Memorandum, you would get 610 Blackstones, and now you're going to get 1,580 of those. And then the same deal for these ones right here. For the armor, you're going to get 2,220. But they've removed the beginner Blackstones from these other chapters right here as well, guys. So you're going to get a whole bunch of them, probably so that you guys can enhance your narrow gear a little bit faster, and you don't have to like go all the way through these other chapters to get those extra stones that you rely on. All right, guys, this is a lot of just like improve routes and stuff, like simplifying quests, changing text, improving NPCs, all that sort of stuff. Nothing really too crazy, guys. If you just want to read it, you're more than welcome to. It's just like changing quest objectives and things like that. It's nothing really too really crazy that we really need to go over. It's just a lot of reading. Again, you're more than welcome to pause the screen, have a read, or come back and check it out. Again, link in the description. All right, guys, that's going to be it for the first part of the patch notes, guys. What I'm going to do is we're going to continue on with part 2 in another video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you in just a second in the next one.